her attorney that I believe she's gone to DV treatment. She's also taken thinking era courses. She's had no fights with the boyfriend since, and no drinking since the incident, which apparently the judge had put her on an alcohol restriction. What is up, it's iCkEdMeL. Welcome back to the channel and thank you for stopping by. I wanted to give you guys an update with Frankie, or Taylor Frankie Paul. Taylor Frank Paul? What the hell name? What her name is? Taylor Frankie Paul. No, Taylor Frankie Paul. And this is like some sort of soft, or maybe former soft swinging Mormon TikTok influencer with I think 3 million followers. We covered the story, I think yesterday and the day before. There was this body cam footage that came out from an incident that happened February 17, 2023. DV situation, kids in the house. She's there with like her new boyfriend, and she had been, you know, allegedly attacking him. Even when police arrived, she was like hitting him. And one of the more specific alleged incidences that's talked about, which in the previous video, after the body cam, we went over the police records. A lot of people, or some people, didn't see that. She had thrown these metal chairs, and I think one of the chairs hit the new boyfriend and supposedly hit the boyfriend, and then also hit the child that was in the home, allegedly on the head. She was sloppy drunk, and the new boyfriend went to pick her up, and then she wanted him to take her to a concert. He didn't want to take her, and so this has all this fighting, all this craziness. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. And so what happened today in court, by the way, thank you, Kayla, for hanging out with me for hours, because they waited to the very end, and it was a little bit of a mess, because once they finally got to Taylor, her attorney was not in the courtroom, and it almost seemed like Taylor herself didn't know what was going on. The judge is calling on the attorney, Thomas Weber, and then we see that his name is actually popped up on WebEx, and you're supposed to have permission with that court as an attorney. If you're not going to show up in person, that like you're supposed to submit some information for approval and let them know. And so the judge was pretty pissed off, but then he's like, hey, Mr. Weber, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Nothing. So at this point, I guess this guy, maybe he had stepped away. Maybe he wasn't at the computer. So the judge is like, we're going to take a break. You can tell the judge is pissed off. It came off very unprofessional. Judge stepped off. There's somebody in the court trying to talk to Weber, he's not responding. And after a while, he finally does respond over voice. The judge comes back. You can tell the judge is pissed off. He says, can you turn on your camera? The guy turns on his camera. You can just tell the judge is pissed. And people, I even think I saw some lady in the court kind of shaking her head, turn on his camera. He had said that, and the judge reiterated again, you need special permissions. You can't do this. The attorney said that he was like attending a funeral, and something happened in his scheduling. Something got confused. At one point, I kind of took it like he threw his own clerk under the bus, because he said that one of the previous cases that he had, it was approved for attending via WebEx. And so maybe that his clerk kind of confused it or something. So he apologized a bunch of times. The judge was stern and hard at first, but then, you know, he was like, sorry for your loss. I understand. Whatever. And then, okay, so there's other things now. I'm going to talk about Taylor's demeanor, plus these restrictions that looks like is going to be lifted. So Taylor, before she got on, her demeanor, first of all, her boyfriend was there. They are back together, which we talked about that on the last video. She seemed very relaxed, laughing, playing with her hair a whole bunch of time. She was sitting next to her boyfriend, and then there was a woman she was sitting next to too. I don't know if that was her mother. The boyfriend and her were holding each other, laughing, smiling, as if nothing serious was going on. She didn't seem worried. I'm not saying you can't laugh or whatever, but like she just seems super relaxed. I'd be freaking out if I had these child charges. On the previous video, I don't know if these charges are still standing, but it was upgraded. You get the aggravated assault, the criminal mischief, the domestic violence in the presence of a child, and then we have the reckless child. So, I mean, and I feel like, too, it's interesting, like, the different, like, she has a following. I don't know how much affected she really is. I guess she's doing fine. And I do have some afterthoughts, too. There's a lot I still got to talk about the restrictions, the help that she's been getting, apparently, and whatever. But, yeah, for a lot of people, like, this would be, like, career ending, your social media presence dead. Like, imagine if I had these charges. oh, it would be a wrap. They would come for me. I'd lose so many sales. People would be losing their freaking minds. It would be a wrap. They did set the next date for June 22nd, 2023, 9 a.m. And by the way, thank you to the director of communications over there that I was emailing this morning. The thing can't be live streamed. The feed, it can't be live streamed. Like, you just take notes like I'm doing now and talk about it. But the judge said he wants the attorney there in person. Also, and this is something I think Taylor mentioned and then her attorney was talking about, where there is no protective order active, but they removed it with a restriction. And the restriction is that she could not be together with her children and the boyfriend at the same time, because the DV situation happened with her, the boyfriend, and the children. And so they had asked for that to be removed. So the judge had said, there was a little back and forth because they asked the state, would that be okay? The state said that they don't have any record of the father opposing that, but they kind of want to check. And so the judge said, okay, we'll give you until tomorrow, 5 p.m. Restrictions are lifted tomorrow, 5 p.m. unless the father's kid says otherwise. And she said that she wanted this restriction lifted because she needs help with the kids. I think she had stated that she's trying to move, and so it would be helpful if the boyfriend could help. And the state had also said that the father's concern, the biological father, it wasn't with the boyfriend, it was actually with Taylor. And Taylor's attorney asked for a continuance. That's why the date is set for June 22nd. They actually wanted it sooner, but the state said that they need more time. He asked for a continuance because there's a proposal that they're giving to the plaintiff, which is the state. And the state needs time to review the proposal. And also, this was mentioned by her attorney that I believe she's gone to DV treatment. She's also taken thinking era courses. She's had no fights with the boyfriend since, and no drinking since the incident, which apparently the judge had put her on an alcohol restriction. My thoughts on everything, well, are a few things. One, I think it's great that she's getting help. I think she's taking, I remember she mentioned depression or something. I don't know if she was diagnosed that before or after, or she's had it all the time, but it seems like she's taking courses. She's actually getting help. Seems like she's staying off of alcohol, if it's true. And, you know, the boyfriend there, he's been there supporting through it all, it seems like. And maybe she's gotten the help she needs. That what happened is for sure traumatic to the kids. And but the way I'm seeing like the demeanor in the court between the attorneys and stuff like that, and you know, they're submitting this proposal, which of course the state's going to take a look at it. I'm almost worrying if this is even going to go to trial. Maybe she'll plead to less, or she pleaded not guilty, I think one of the articles said previously, but maybe the proposal will have something for lesser charges, maybe just more, I don't know, courses and therapy. And depending on, I think, what the father says, if he feels, the biological father, if he's okay, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I know it's the state doing it, but like, for example, with this thing of like, we'll take off the restrictions as long as dad is okay with it. So maybe with some of his blessings, maybe she'll come out of this. Maybe she is rehabilitated. I guess that's it for now. You guys comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I just covered this topic because we randomly came across it on live stream, and I figured we'll follow up and check it out. It's like, I don't know, somewhat like, I don't know, like almost celebrity type of stuff, but it's actually pretty serious because it involves kids. But I mean, I don't know. I guess if she really got help, we'll see what happens. I'll probably see if I can follow it again in June just to see an offshoot, maybe just do a little update to see what happens with this. You guys comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Love you guys. Subscribe, hit the like button. Take care and peace. Bloop, bloop.